And who asked for whose number at the end?
Me. Oh, I also said, do you mind if I kiss you too? So
Did you kiss him on the plane?
yeah, but I went and brushed
Love
my teeth.
that
I wasn't
for
an
you.
idiot.
Have you, in the last 12 months, talked to Mercedes? Did you bang Zach or what? Hello everyone and welcome to Officially Unpacked, the shiny new Love Island Australia podcast. Love Island fever has taken over Australia. Last year was our biggest ever season and this year we've only gone and almost doubled it. So let's get potting. I am your host Eoghan McDermott. If you think the narrator is funny, then that's me. If you think he is incredibly unfunny, then it is not me and I just happen to sound like him. So there you go. This is your new home for all things Love Island Australia. Guests, former Islanders, dumped Islanders, producers. We are a one-stop shop. Now, you being here comes with the assumption you've seen every episode, but even if you accidentally missed one while you were waxing your back, here is everything that has gone down in the villa so far in week 1. We jetted to Spain, a Spanish villa on a Spanish island off the coast of Spain, because 9 now really love Spain. 10 hot singles walked in looking for love, lust, and more Instagram followers. Could be TikTok now, who knows? Read more books, that's what I say. 5 sizzling couples formed faster than you can say ick. Yana and Cooper, Sharon and Ross, Lacey and Jotham. Yes, Jotham, not Gotham. Isabel and Connor, Bailey and Zach. The chemistry, explosive. The drama, immediate. And then boom, our first bombshell arrived. It was the jaw-dropping Gabby. Instant chaos. Boys swooned, girls seethed. Lacey declared war. Gabby declared tunnel vision. And just when the villa caught its breath, another bomb dropped. Enter Mick, purveyor of teeth and big shirts. Every boy's worst nightmare, every girl's bad decision in waiting. Before long, he's flirting with Yana and Lacey at once, proving commitment issues can, in fact, start on day 2. And while that's brewing, Bailey and Zach are cracking. Turns out, talking kids too soon is a red flag even for Love Island. Cue tears, fears, and a very quiet breakfast omelette. Delicious. Then a text. Our first challenger eyes. Ghosted. Sexy shovels, graves of shame, and secrets no one asked for. By night's end, every lip's been locked and every ego has been rocked. But the biggest twist, Gabby and Mick get to steal a partner and dump someone from the villa. At the fire pit of doom, Gabby snatches Jotham from Lacey. Lacey smiles like she's fine. Spoiler, she is not fine. Then Mick swipes Yana from Cooper and Sophie drops the double dumping bomb. Bailey and Zach pack their suitcases of shame and wave goodbye after a 4-episode romance that lasted about as long as Zach's banana omelette. Back in the villa, Lacey rebounds with a vengeful makeout from Cooper and then sneaks a TP chat with Jotham just to keep things confusing. Yeah, Ross and Sharon keep it cute and salty. Connor and Isabel finally kiss for real, and somewhere in the corner, Mick is still flexing his abs like he's getting paid per crunch. By the end of night 4, we've had 2 bombshells, 2 dumpings, and 1 very jealous TP. So there you have it. 4 episodes in, and already half the villa's been ghosted, dumped, or tongued within a 10-metre radius of a fire pit. But we are just getting started. More bombshells, more bed swaps, and definitely more Spanish sun await. Now, time to get the behind the scenes goss. This is the official Love Island Australia podcast, so let's crack on. Hello, Queen of Love Island, Sophie Monk.
I'm sorry, I didn't know we were going to have our own show.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah,
I have
people
to
get to see your face.
I'm not sure how good a thing that is or not, but anyway, listen, I was going to introduce it properly and I was thinking back of all the intros we've ever done, and season 2 Fiji, we don't talk about Fiji, a lot of food poisoning, but apart from that, my favourite Sophie intro of all time, I'm going to try do it now because it was a mouthy one. And then there are people in the room, so if we get a round of applause, that'd be awesome, right? So it was 1 part day-walking deity, 1 part night-stalking demon queen of the island sea. Ladies and gentlemen, bring on the monk!
Woohoo!
Yeah!
I don't even know what that means. It just sounds fierce.
Yeah,
but I love your intros. Like, seriously, you make me look cooler than I am.
Oh, thank you. It's
Yes.
lovely to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Now,
I'm your first guest.
First ever guest.
Thank you.
The one and only. Now, listen, we want to jump in quick because I know loads of people have loads of questions about when you're there. The season goes on for how many weeks it goes on, and you're there for the entire run. You're like isolated in Spain.
That's right. I can't go anywhere just in case something happens.
Like, genuinely, you couldn't like nip off to Ibiza for the weekend?
No, I have tried and they wouldn't let me.
Yeah, okay.
But no, I wouldn't anyway. It just moves so quickly, you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So
One question I always see asked online, right, is, for example, let's do, because, Zach and Bailey just went home and the girls had to go off deliberate, the boys had to go off deliberate. What happens when you're recording? Because I assume they're gone for like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
What are you just standing there in silence? Are you having the chats? Are you allowed to talk about what's going on outside? What happens in those pause moments?
I just stand there like a trooper, and even though my feet might hurt, I just stand there through it, wearing beautiful shoes. No, it's only about 5 to 10 minutes, so yeah, I'm just chilling there. I try not to talk too much, so I don't interrupt anyone.
Yeah, okay.
Which is hard because when they make eye contact, so when they make eye contact with me, I just look at the floor, like. And then, so I've got to avoid all eye contact, really, to start conversation.
But are they wanting to know, like, random things like sports results or what's being said about them online?
No, zero care about that. But also they don't know anything, So I think they're just so focused on love. Like, there's zero phones. There's nothing else to worry about. And it is a game at the end of the day as well as finding love. So they're so invested in it.
And would you meet any of them before they go in? Like, would you gather them together for a little pep talk or knock into their hotel room or, sage words of wisdom about kind of being on the show, or zero contact?
I prefer not to have any contact till the day of and meet them genuinely. But if they requested, I'd go meet them if they needed it for their nerves or something. But that's never happened.
Really?
No.
Okay, what? And what about on the other end? Like, if someone gets booted out, whether they're upset or not, would you meet them for like a post-Villa drink? Or do you keep your distance?
I try to keep my distance a little bit. I'll always be supportive if they reach out to me, but I think we've got great teams of producers and everyone dealing with all of that, like their EPs, Alex, and he kind of looks after, when they leave and how they're feeling and everything.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I do support them a lot. Like, I love them, care about them.
Yeah. Also, what people may or may not know isn't Love Island technically responsible for you meeting the love of your life?
Yeah, 100%. How weird's that? So the first Love Island, we fly to Spain, and then on the way home, I met Josh on the plane.
Who struck up the conversation?
Me, obviously. I'm a loudmouth. So
Can you remember the opening line?
Yeah, it was like, I was like, how do you get some like food around here? And he's like, yeah, I'm hungry too. And then we just started chatting. And he was going to read a book. I wasn't going to read a book because I don't read books. And then I just talked through the whole flight. It was 16 hours too, the flight.
The whole way?
One. Yeah.
And who asked for whose number at the end?
Me. Oh, I also said, do you mind if I kiss you too? So,
did you kiss him on the plane?
Yeah, but I went and brushed my teeth. I wasn't an idiot. I went just one sec, went and got toothbrush, brushed my teeth.
So did you ask first?
Yes.
He said yes. Then you said, I'm just going to brush my teeth.
And then I came back and went, shall we? Yeah, I know it's so lame, isn't it?
Yeah.
My game's not that good, but it worked.
Yeah, okay. Oh, actually, maybe this could be a question for the Islanders, but just since you mentioned brushing the teeth, in the challenges and stuff, is there mouthwash offered to the Islanders between takes? I did wonder about that.
I did see, I think they're onto it. So when they hear it's a challenge and they've got a costume, they all are brushing their teeth. Everyone's at the sink, just like.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you get attached to any of the Islanders? Then you see maybe you might mingle with them just to kind of keep it, you want to meet them as they arrive and whatever. But do you get attached to any? Do you feel protective of them?
Yeah.
Because obviously people go in and they go in with all their bravado, but the internet is a wild place.
Yeah.
And it has all these hot takes and this person's this and they look like that and, it can be feisty.
Yeah.
Do you feel protective of them?
I definitely do. But having said that, I'd say a lot of shows that I've seen and been a part of reality, this is probably the nicest where you can be yourself and, and trust production. Like everything, we're just looking for them to fall in love and that's it really. So we don't really need to produce or push them or, there's no one with an agenda to, kind of disrupt them or make them look like fools, if that makes sense. I think this show's just really caring.
Yeah, okay. Do you see footage or do you seek out footage? Because obviously there's the cameras everywhere and then the production side of things, you can see all of the cameras all of the time.
Yeah.
Do you go and look for like what's going on after this chat happened or that chat happened?
Yeah.
Do you form opinions on Islanders based off stuff that doesn't go on the telly?
No, because I feel like they use most of it on the TV. Like everything I see is on there that's a big part because you need the storyline. So I feel like I just come back to watch them because I want to find out what's happening and whatever, but I can stay there for hours and I've got to like set an alarm to go, we've got to get home to get some sleep.
Yeah,
so
okay.
it's easy to, just sit there and watch it.
just off what's happened, so Zach and Bailey went. When you send them off to deliberate, do you yourself kind of have an inkling of which way it's going to go? Because I kind of thought, I definitely thought Zach was in trouble.
Yeah.
The Bailey thing, not so much, but can you kind of see it coming?
Yeah, I mean, I like to think I can, but often I'm wrong. And like, often with the couples as well, I don't know if you're the same, is I think, God, they're going to get married and they don't. Or the ones that I go, God, they're just here for clout, they're not, and they stay together. So it's really hard to predict.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And I know I kind of asked this before, but right, so Bailey and Zach, they're dumped, they walk out, they do their exit interview. At that stage, do you give them like a little hug and send them on their way, or is that...
No, that's it for me.
Yeah,
so
right.
then it's usually just on Instagram. I'm like, good job, or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I let them, say goodbyes and everything and not get involved.
Okay, I know you like to broadly stay neutral, but I'm going to push you. Do you have any early favourites?
Oh, yeah, they're all gorgeous, I think. But probably Lacey and her psychic boobs. I mean, that's pretty lucky.
I mean, it's just stolen straight up from Mean Girls. But yeah, fine.
But hers were weather. This is like more like Google. I think she knows what... No, it's like Nostradamus, one of them, I think. Like they know the future.
Yeah, okay.
So
fair
handy.
enough. Early doors, but if you were going to predict something, I'm not saying the winner, but a couple that you think will go all the way.
I can't really say. Like literally, I don't think I should say. But right now, maybe Isabel and Connor,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
They look pretty solid. It's
They look
early
solid.
days.
They're kind of quiet in the background.
Yeah.
They're the ones to watch.
Yeah, I'd say.
Before as well, I meant to say, thank you so much for coming in, because you're an even bigger celebrity than you were last year, because you hosted After Sun over in the USA.
Oh, that's right. I'm such a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No. Yeah, that was so fun. It's so weird to go there, and it's like exactly the same as our Love Island, only a few different people, but a lot of the same people too. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, I think ours is better, obviously, but it's lovely that you were there.
Yeah.
Flying the flag for Love Island Australia.
Help them out a bit.
Sophie Monk, can we finish on a quick fire round?
I love them.
Okay.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Sophie Monk, you're in
Yes.
the Love Island Australia hot seat. Here we go.
Fire me.
Most famous person in your phone book?
Oh, well, oh gosh, Mel B?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a legend. There's a house fire. Do you save your doggies or save your husband?
Oh, God, dogs. He'll save himself. He would, though. He's pretty agile. If anything, I'll need saving. Oh, I'm so flammable. It's ridiculous.
Well, it's somewhat of a cop-out, but we'll
Yeah.
take it. If you could kick one person in the testicles, living or dead, who would it be?
Oh, gosh, do I have to?
Well, I mean, yeah, for the purpose of the question, yeah.
Hitler.
Fair. Yes, that's a relatively popular
Yeah.
answer, I'd say. Ever stolen anything?
In preschool, I stole ballet shoes off a Barbie. It was my friend, and I still feel sick about it. I would have been 4 or 5, maybe 4. Yeah.
Oh, it's nothing since then, like never like...
No, but she knew and her mum knew, and I was never invited over again.
Yeah, fair. First kiss. Who, where, marks out of 10?
It was. It turned out he was my dancing partner. Turns out he doesn't like girls. And when we went in for the kiss, I chipped my tooth, like hit him so hard because I didn't know how to. I just closed my eyes and went in to eat him like this. So that was my first kiss. It wasn't
Could you do
great.
that motion again? What was that?
I just went like that, like the TV. I just didn't know. I just thought I knew they opened mouths.
So what age were you there?
About 12.
Okay, and marks out of 10, probably not great for
Oh
you.
no, terrible.
Yeah, okay. Manscaping, yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Just don't tell us about it. You know what I mean? We don't probably want to hear about manscaping, but do it.
But you appreciate,
Yeah.
fair
I mean,
enough.
everyone likes neat and tidy, don't they? Do you want a messy house or a clean house?
It's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair. Have you ever thrown or received a punch?
No, I've never thrown. Well, these hands are useless, so it wouldn't anyway. But I feel like ripped off. I'd probably have to kick. And
Yeah.
probably do that, with the bike kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my move, probably.
Fast
but I've never
hands.
done that.
Which celebrity always gets too drunk at showbiz dues?
I don't know who does. I feel like they don't get drunk like they used to, the good old days. It's not rock and roll anymore. Everyone's nerd burgers.
Nerd burgers. Yeah, okay, fair enough. And finally, Sophie Monk, we'll beep it. Look, fuck, shit. What's your favourite swear word?
In a nice way, cunt. Like when you say it nicely, like, what's up, cunt? Don't you think?
It's a beautiful note to wrap it up on.
Oh, great.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Queen of Love Island, Miss Sophie
Thank
Monk,
you.
everybody!
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Everybody in the room, make some noise for last year's winner, Em, everybody! I kind of ruined it because I called you a Wimmer. I'm gonna admit something as well. Because I called you M all series and everyone referred to you as M. I've only now just found out that your name is Emily and not Emma.
Oh, yes. Everybody assumes it's Emma, which I don't understand because I feel like Emily is a far more common name. But that's fine.
And your full name is, this is a mouthful.
Well, I'm going to include the middle name, Emily Frances Miguel Lee.
Emily Frances Miguel Lee.
It's a mouthful.
You should be walking the red carpet at Cannes.
Oh, I should.
It's a very showbiz name.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Thanks for coming in. Let's just dive into what happened to you last year really quickly, because you win the show. We'll get to Mercedes in a few minutes.
Who?
But just literally when you win and you're out and about, what's it like? Like, has it been life-changing, or is it like, a fun thing that happened last year?
I feel like my life has... It's the same, but it's not. It's like at a different level. I'm still working the same job, doing the same things, like around the same people, but it's just like I have more access to opportunity than before, which is amazing, and I love it. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty intense, having the show air and then finishing and then winning. But yeah, it was great. I loved it. I'm glad it's not me again this year, though. I will say that.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. And when you watch back the show and your memories of events, and then when you see them on screen, do they tally up, or are you like, oh, that's not quite how it happened, or I didn't like that edit, or, how did that all sit with you?
I don't smell it. I think there's no, you can't get a bad edit. That's been my opinion. Being part of the show and then watching the show back last year, I don't think you can get a bad edit. You do and say what you do and say, and nobody's making you do those things or say those things, so people who say I got a bad edit are just unhappy that the mirror's been held up. I think so, and I'm just talking about Love Island specifically because I don't know the ins and outs of any other show. But yeah, I would say for Love Island Australia at least, the edit, I didn't have a problem with it. It was quite validating, kind of watching everything back and being like, yep, that's how I remember it. Yeah. One thing I always think is, because I asked Sophie as well, I know I take the piss out of all the Islanders, but I also love it. I appreciate they're so brave. It's really brave to go on, particularly that the show is a couple of seasons old now, and people have watched previous seasons. They see how people talk about the Islanders. Some of it's lovely and it's uplifting, and some of it's harsh. Yeah. Were you worried about that before you went in, and how did you find the reality of it after? Because I assume you read comments about yourself. Some are nice, some are not so nice. How did that all sit? I'm a psycho. So when the show was airing last year, I was in the Reddit threads, the Instagram, the TikTok. I was on Facebook. Facebook is scary. And I was reading everything because I just feel like it would have given me more anxiety not knowing what was being said. Even though, these people are strangers, they don't know me, they don't know the situation, they don't know the behind the scenes, and I really should not be worried what they were saying, but it was like a roller coaster, the show coming out last year. I was like, 1 week everybody loves you and you're so happy, and then the next day everybody hates you and you are scared to leave your house. So yeah, it was a roller coaster, but yeah. On balance then, for Islanders this year, would you say stay away from online, or what the hell, just jump in? No, don't jump in, because it's for me anyways, it was very addicting. So once I started, I couldn't stop. So if there are people out there listening, don't freaking look at anything. Yeah, and also as well, it's that whole thing, isn't it? You could read 20 good comments and then the one bad comment will just stick with you for weeks. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, okay. What was it like on your first day in the villa? Because the first week of this series has passed, and people from the first day to the end of the first week are different people, I feel. Well, can you remember literally your first day? Yes, I can. It was so freaking hot, ridiculously. Oh God. It was just quite bizarre. It was also surreal. We were held for a couple of hours. It was a very long day. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, had oh yeah, go on, give us this I had this angel man come and do my hair. I'm obsessed with him. And then we were just getting ready, and then we went so early, maybe 6 o'clock, and we were held in these tents before we went into the villa. And it was just from that, everybody was sleep deprived already, and it was just very intense, and you literally feel you're gonna throw up because what the hell is going on? And then meeting everybody was crazy. It was so bright. Sophie kept having to like retake lines because she was being blinded from the pool. So we're all just kind of stood there and like,
Oh, she's got really
what is going
sensitive
on?
eyes, doesn't
Yes,
she? Yeah,
but
that's
it
right.
was so bright because her eyes are so light, I think. But yeah, it was a crazy day, and I guess like everybody's in the same boat, but you do just get comfortable so quickly.
Did you feel like when you went in, and this for you and what you observed of the other guys and girls, like in your head at the very start, because I know it settles, but do you have like, I have this part of my persona I'm going to push to the fore and that's how I want to present myself, even if it melts away? Like, did you feel like this is the character I'm going to be?
No, I can't hide anything. I am who I am. So I feel like even if I went in and I was like, I want to try and like mute these parts of myself or whatever, like it's just not possible.
And did you see that in other people? Like, I'm thinking this season of Mick, Bombshell, and the early reaction to him was like, oh, he's so full of himself and he's got this kind of swag and he thinks he's God's gift.
Yeah.
But I can already see that kind of melting away and a bit of mischief in him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, people are very harsh and, like, I'm very judgmental as well. So, like, already, yeah, I guess your judgments kind of melt away as you get to know the people better. I mean, they're strangers to each other and to us, the audience. So, yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen any redeeming qualities in Mick so far, I will say. But we'll see.
Well, give it time. Give it time. I do remember, this is a real throwback now, but I remember, I think it was season 3 maybe, there was a guy called Ronnie, and he was like devastatingly handsome guy, and he was real like, I am the shit and I know I am. And he was a bit sleazy with, I think it was Tina. You remember Tina who went on to win with Mitch?
Yes.
Was that season 3 maybe? Anyway, the point was, he went up kind of all like, hey baby, how you doing?
Yeah.
And she just was like, I don't like that.
Yeah,
and I don't
cut it
like
out.
you talking to me like that. And all the commentary around him was exactly that, like, oh, you know, he thinks it wasn't nice. But what I loved about it was he took that on board. He was like, okay, she doesn't like it and the girls don't like it. And he just let that all go, and he turned out to be so sweet. And I love seeing those kind of redemption arcs for people. I think it's that's what the show does allow. It's like a really nice quality.
Yeah, well, it's also like, I don't know, a lot of it can be chalked up to maybe like anxiety and nerves going into that. And I feel like men as well, especially, peacock a lot, and they have this big ego, and it actually, nobody wants it. Like, and if you just strip it away and actually show the real you without all of this bravado, then people are going to like you just fine.
Yeah. People always want to know, because we see what we see on the TV. What do you talk about? Like, what is the stuff that gets talked about between the Islanders that just doesn't really make it to air? Like, what do you fill the day chatting about? Because it's not all dating talk and stuff.
It really is.
Really?
It's either like all just dating talk and like about the other Islanders, but then like, I don't know, some of my favorite times I feel like on the show was just when everybody was so exhausted. It was like 3:00 in the morning and we were all in the bedroom like waiting for the last person to come down so we could turn out the lights and go to bed, and we're all just absolutely delusional and delirious and like running up and down the bedroom and just like being stupid. But those are just like, it's like, I don't know, late night sleepover vibes with your friends when you were kids and you're just silly.
What are your early impressions of the Islanders so far, first week down?
I'm obsessed with Bailey. I think she's a queen. I think she is very misunderstood. And I feel like if everybody just gave...
Misunderstood in what sense?
Well, like, it is very hard to be in that environment. And, like, people online are very outspoken about her being upset and crying and, like, basically saying she shouldn't be entitled to how she's feeling, which is just, like, not true. Yeah, so I feel like she's misunderstood in that way, and also like it's a very intense environment. Your emotions are so heightened and you really can't understand that unless you've been in that situation before. So I think people are just really harsh. What was the question?
Early impressions of the Islanders.
Early impressions, yes. Love Bailey, she's a queen. I don't know, I think everybody's like very entertaining so far.
Okay, I'll tell you what, let's distill it down. The boys.
I think Zach's funny and like kind of awkward and like entertaining.
Ross?
Ross? Oh, Ross.
Mullet?
Yes. He used to date one of my friends of friends. So
You kind of know him.
I know of him. I've never met him, but like runs in the same circles.
Does his reputation precede him in a nice way?
Everything I've heard about him, and I was talking to my best friend last night about him actually because she knows him. And we were saying that, like, everything we've ever heard about him is super, super nice. Like, he might be a bit of a player and have that, like, bad boy reputation, but no one we've heard has ever said anything bad about him.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah, and he seems really nice. And what I hope for him, that he gets the chance to be in the villa long enough to kind of make some moves and, like, get comfortable and get confident, because, like, it is so daunting when you're in that situation, especially, like, as a guy, having to be the one to, like, make the move, and all the girls are just sitting there, like, waiting around for guys to come talk to them. Yeah, so I hope he, like,
is that kind of the dynamic? Is the dynamic
for
that
sure.
It's the girls sit back and go, here I am, I'm on the prize, come and get me?
Yes, which, like, I get, and, like, I definitely wasn't, like, I wasn't in hot pursuit of anybody, really, I would say. Maybe, who knows? Well, I guess it's out there. But, yeah, I don't know. I wish some of the women would just take the reins and go up and talk to men. Because why can't you?
Yeah, and maybe that's just like I don't know, kind of the format is, well, I'm a girl and the boys will come and get me.
Well, yeah, it's just playing into, like, the heteronormative, like, stereotypes.
Yeah, take the reins.
Boring.
Is the advice to the girls. Yeah.
Yes.
Zane from last year.
Yes.
Roommates with Connor. Have you never met him?
Never met him.
No, okay.
No. No, I don't know him. He seems really nice. He seems very kind of similar mindset to Zane, of just, like, I want, like, a wife and I want kids and I want to, like...
I never really got that impression from Zane, I have to say.
He did.
Yeah?
I know you might not have gotten that impression, but he was like, I don't think he'd had a girlfriend. My girlfriend, I want...
My first ever
Yes,
girlfriend.
my first ever girlfriend is going to be my wife. That was, like, his mindset, which I was always like, that's bizarre.
Interesting, yeah, okay.
But just different.
If you had to couple up with one of the current boys, who would it be and why?
Bailey, because she's iconic and I'm obsessed with her and she has the best energy, and I just know that if she was in last season, we would have been great friends.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you get to meet her at some stage.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, Pash, Marry or Pie, Connor, Jotham, Ross.
Oh, I
Connor.
wish it was in real life. Pash, Marry, Pie. I'm gonna marry Ross because he seems like a sweetheart, and I know just we would have, like, banter and be silly. Pash,
Jotham or Connor?
Jotham, sure, and then sorry, Connor, but we're pieing you.
Really?
Yeah.
Seems like a devilishly handsome man.
I guess. I mean, he got a lot of kisses that first day.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah. The boys were kind of like, what's going on?
Okay, and finally, I said we'd get to it at the very end. Have you, in the last 12 months, talked to Mercedes?
Who?
That'll do.
That'll do.
Thank you so very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Guys, it really pains me to say from the deepest, darkest recesses of my heart that we are joined by recently dumped Islander Bailey. No, Bailey, come back. We miss you. The greatest injustice.
I'm so sorry, guys. I got dumped. Spoiler alert.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, first things first, you look $1 million.
You feeling?
What are your immediate feelings leaving the villa?
Immediate feelings are get me a drink. I need a drink and I need to have some fun. Maybe dance around a little bit. I'm feeling overwhelmed, devastated, heartbroken, but excited to go home and see my mom, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know it absolutely sucks being the first out. What probably adds insult to injury, although you can take it as a compliment, is that so many people are absolutely, like, it's hot off the press, outraged that you're gone. I feel like it's like you said right before you left at the fire pit, you were like, short time, big impact. I think you achieved that, if nothing else.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad. I hope that Australia thinks that as well, because I really feel like I left a good impact on the other islanders in there.
Yeah, okay. We're going to get to like why you exited and the chat and the kids and all that stuff. But talk to me. You walk out the Villa gates. Are you devastated? Do you get it? I guess let's go to the girls and the boys voting. The boys have to vote out one girl. Did you suspect you were in trouble, or were you like, this could go any which way?
You know what? I kind of knew it was going to be me, because I knew that it wouldn't be Lacey. I knew it would be between me and Lacey for sure, but I just had this feeling in my gut that it was me. You know, I didn't really have any strong connection in there, and it just felt like it was my time to go, honestly.
And when you watch back, like, the boys' reasoning kind of between you and Lacey, like, because Cooper said, I thought he was pulling for Lacey. He was like, yeah, she maybe has a better connection than Bailey right now, but also, like, she's kind of led by whoever's in front of her, and is that any good for the boy she's trying to couple up with, versus you really putting yourself out there but just not having made that connection yet? Did you understand and agree with their reasoning, even if you were upset?
You know, I was actually really shocked to see the reasoning. I was really shocked that Cooper had such strong comments to say on Lacey. I did like that he stood up for his opinion, though. I don't know. I feel like the boys gave a good reason to dump me, but it did end with Connor saying, you know, she's here to find love. And the question was, who's least likely to find love? So I was a bit shocked that, you know, the argument was, you know, she is looking for love, but we're going to get rid of her anyway. So I don't know.
Do you think Zach should have rowed a bit harder for you?
No, I think Zach did everything that he could. He knew that I wanted to be there just as bad as he wanted to be there. You know, it's not just because we're friends and in a friendship couple doesn't mean he has to defend me or have to want me there. You know, I appreciate him being honest, and that's all you can do in there.
What was your final vote when you had to deliberate about the boys? Who did you vote for? Oh, a dramatic pause, I see. What could this mean?
You know what? I actually don't really feel like I got a vote. To be honest, I think it was it was already set in stone by the other girls. You know, they had a strong connection with Cooper, Connor, and Ross, that there wasn't really an argument up to be had about Zach, unfortunately. As much as I said I didn't want to see him go home, and I do think he deserves to be here because Zach is such an amazing person, I don't really think I got an opportunity to fight for him. I think it was done and dusted once the girls were up there, unfortunately.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's jump into the reasoning, right? So I think what was mad about the conversation about how it fell out that you didn't want to have kids, that's kind of not on your calendar, was it was actually just a random chat about star signs. Yeah. Jotham just popped in kind of casually. It wasn't even a big DMC you guys were having.
It wasn't even supposed to get that deep.
When you said it, because I know, like, the next day, you know, you expressed what you expressed about Zach feeling that. But when you said it, Zach just kind of goes, right. And it was kind of deadpan. Did you exactly in the moment get a sense that, okay, this is possibly a problem?
You know what? I actually didn't at all. His response was so calm and neutral that I thought he would still genuinely be open to getting to know me despite that. You know, it's day one Love Island. I wasn't aware that he was thinking that far in advance, you know, taking our connection so seriously. But yeah, no, I really genuinely didn't know that it affected him that much. I was very shocked to find that out.
Also, I wonder, because I really admire you for just laying it out on the table. It's it's the honest thing to do. But I'm sure in your head, did you have a conversation before you went in, knowing that statement could be a red line for a lot of guys? Did you think about keeping that to yourself, or was it always like, hey, take me as I am?
You know, it's kind of both. I did think it would come up, and I did dance with the idea of maybe keeping that a secret, but then at the same time, I'm in there to be myself and to speak freely. So the fact that I don't want kids is not taboo, and I really want it to not be taboo. Women can be child-free, women cannot be parental, and that could be so normal. So I don't think that has to be a secret. So, that's why in the scene I say, are we going to get into it? Do we want to get into it? Because I know deep down that this topic is difficult for other people, but for me, I have no issue stating my belief. Just like other people have no issue saying how many kids they want, the names of their kids, everything. It's like, it's the same,
So in that vein, was there any little shred of regret purely from, because you said like, I feel like I haven't had my time to shine. Was there any little regret of, just in a very cynical way, I should have kept that to myself? Or are you like, no, I did what I did?
You know what? Yeah, I did regret it at times because I learned how amazing Zach was, and I was just upset that I didn't get more time to hang out with him in the villa because of that. And because of that, he felt like he couldn't get to know me in the villa, and that made me really upset because I really admired him as a person and really got along with him. So I did have some regrets. I was like, I wish I didn't say it so soon, but at the same time, like, it would have come out at some time or another. So everything happens for a reason.
How did you feel the next day when he kissed Sharon on the teepee and you're sitting at the pool? Like, because I guess at that stage, I think you had the chat with Gabby, right? So you knew it was dead in the water.
I was so proud of Zach. Genuinely, in that moment, I wanted to get up and clap because that's how you do Love Island. You break up with your couple and you go after who you want in the middle of the day. You kiss them in the teepee. Like, that's what we're here to do. I was so proud of him. And I was like, I hope this lights a fire under Ross's ass.
Okay, that's awesome, and I love that you're bigging him up and saying that's how you do the game. You had the chat with Zach on the TP, and he did, in fairness to him, say, look, I did tell Gabby before you pounced on him, so let's give him some credit for that. But then you convened the code red, and you got all the girls around, and there was some kind of tears and whatnot.
Yeah.
The internet is the internet, right? I'm not saying it's a bastion of reasonable commentary, but I did see some people going, that was a bit much.
Yeah.
Talk to us about, like, the intensity of the emotion. And did you, when you looked back on it, did you feel it was a bit much, or were you like, no, that was a reasonable response?
My perspective is completely different from what people see on the screen. Everything feels really, really intense in there because you're in there with a bunch of strangers and there's nothing else to do but talk to each other. So when something isn't communicated to you, it comes across as a little bit mean, even though deep down it's not. It's just the environment of the show. Like, you're overthinking literally everything, even if you're not an overthinker. So when Gabby told me, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I was a little cringe to hear myself say that. But, I think in my conversation with Zach, he's telling me, and I completely opened up the floor for him. I was like, it's okay. Like, I'm not going to judge you. You can tell me how you feel. But I am going to be honest with you. I was upset that I heard it from Gabby first. I don't want to play messenger. Just tell me, Zach. It's okay. But I really appreciated that he took accountability and he was so apologetic, and we had a great conversation, and it just made me like him more, which is the worst part of everything.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Now, you said it made you like him more. You wish you got to spend more time with him.
Yeah.
Bailey, yeah. I'm on the hunt for some salacious gossip because, of course, the cameras are rolling and you walk out the door and you do your exit interview. But then you got a couple of days to hang around, Bailey, don't you, in Mallorca, Bailey, with a certain mysterious Olympic swimmer, Bailey. What can you tell us, Bailey?
I can tell you that I had the best little mini vacation ever with Zachy Poo, and we got to know each other so well, and there was times where we were just like looking at each other's eyes and we're like, we probably would have won this show. Like, our connection is undeniable. This is fantastic. Like, the no kids thing really is a bummer because I think Zach and I would have had a great run in the villa.
And when you were looking into each other's eyes, again, we're not tabloid journalists, but like, where were you when you were looking into each other's eyes? Like, describe the environment.
We were at the hotel in Mallorca, in beautiful Spain.
And could you? I wonder, Bailey, be specific about where in the hotel were you?
We were in my hotel room.
And could you be specific, Bailey? Where in the hotel room were you?
We were in the bed, but we didn't do anything. Like, can two adults have a slumber party?
Did you bang Zach or what?
I did not. I did.
I'm sorry, that was a very rude question, but the
aggressive.
people want to know, and I represent the people.
Hi, people. Zach and I did not bang. We did talk about what we did talk about if we would have the next day. Like the last day, we talked about like, oh, how would you have felt if this happened between us? Because I'm not gonna lie, like there was a vibe between us. We did have that connection. We had a great time, but ultimately it just didn't make sense to do that. And you don't need to tarnish every relationship by making it sexual, you know?
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. And excuse my terribly rude question. Hey, one thing I did just kind of want to touch on, because there was a little bit of commentary I saw, and actually, I don't know if you watched the US Love Island this year.
Yeah, I did.
What a great series it was.
Good.
And I was really curious because there's so much talk in that series around race, and particularly Olandria and Shelley, if you remember, two huge islanders. And they were kind of talking about just being girls on the island or in the villa, but also feeling like they were representing their race. And I wonder, did you have any sense of that, particularly given that you're from that side of the pond? I know America is not Canada, yada, yada, yada. But was that in your head at all, or was that not really something you considered?
Of course it was in my head. It was in my head from the second I was in talks with the producers for the show. It's not a small thing, but it is something that I didn't want to make my thing, if that makes sense, because
Sure.
the Australian audience is very different than the USA audience. You know, those types of conversations come up a lot in the USA one, where in the Australian one, sometimes it happens, but it's usually met with a lot of disagreement and stuff. So I was honest with the other islanders in private how I was feeling, but I never wanted to explicitly talk about that kind of stuff. You know, I didn't want to use it to make anyone feel bad about themselves. Like, I didn't want to be like, oh, you don't like me because I'm not a black girl. But it is a topic that came up a lot, and it was something heavily on my mind, like, every day.
Yeah, okay. Well, I appreciate your honesty. Thank you. Looking forward, I know you feel like you would have loved more time, be that as it may, of the girls that are currently in there right now. Who are you pointing at to go for?
Of the girls, sorry, you said?
Yeah.
My girl, Gabby McCarthy. I want that girl winning. It is hashtag Gabby Island.
And do you think Jotham is the guy that she should win it with?
You know, I love me a gentle giant. I love Joth. So I'm going to say, yeah, I think they could go the distance for sure. I think, you know, maybe once they're in their couple and they get to know each other a bit more, they're going to see that their personalities match really well. And I think they're going to have a fun time in the villa.
Bailey, you're an absolute star. I kind of try to remain neutral about all the Islanders. I take the mick out of everybody, but I also love everybody and admire everyone for going on. But I was genuinely devastated that you were first gone, and I agree with your sentiment. I would love to have seen you had more time to shine. So, yeah, I'm sending you much love and thank you for coming on. Final question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate Zach's bronze medal?
On a scale from 1 to 10, how I would rate Zach's bronze medal? 10.
That's a 10 out of 10.
I'm
Bailey.
Zach's gold medal, so
You are Zach's gold medal.
yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on. You're a star, and I hope we'll have you back on the pod soon, actually. I'd love to see what you think as things progress and couples come and go and fall away. We're sending you all the love, and talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. Bye.
There you go, that's a wrap on episode 1. We'll be back next Thursday with more drama, more bombshells, and probably more regrets. See you then.